Good afternoon. Good to see everybody. I'm a little rusty at it, and we don't have Hope. We don't have Mary Jane, so if I mess things up, then tell them that everything was perfect. So I'll call Tammy up at this time to open us in prayer.
Let's bow our heads. Father God, we just thank you so much for this day. This time we can come together and share a meal together, and we invite you at each of our tables, Lord, as we go through our meeting and enjoy our food. Lord, I just thank you for the opportunity to be part of an organization and part of friends that come together who want to tell the truth and who want to affect our community and put you and things that are best concerning our community first. Opportunity, Lord, and I just pray to go with us today and the rest of this week, Lord. Help us to make you famous. We just love you so much. In your name we pray. Amen. Amen.
If you'll join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we need a stand-in here. Joseph? Or Tony? Tony is the stand-in. I think only because he's closer.
Okay. One of the most famous songs ever written. My body lies over.
So we have Sydney here. She's interning in hospitality in college, and she's going to be interning with us right here.
I think Wayne has friends on with him, and they left. But he was a visitor. Any other guests we're missing? You got a guest. You can introduce him a little bit. All right. Announcements, upcoming events. A couple things I want to mention. Mary Jane's on her way out of the country. Hope's on her way back into the country. So they'll just pass each other in the air and leave and be on their merry way. So just keep them in your prayers as they travel. You probably saw it on the announcements. It's in the bulletin as well. This Saturday, May 18th, is the training. What do you call it? The district training assembly. We need somebody else to attend that, if possible. We'll get 20 points for it. So if you're looking to help the club with points, great opportunity, right, Kim?
You will not have a program this year if you go to the point, if you go to Saturday.
What about prayer?
No
What about
prayer.
prayer? No program, no prayer if you sign up to go Saturday. So that's incentive enough. All right. Party in the park tomorrow. It was postponed from last week. Even if there's good weather, not sure what it'll look like. But if it is, it's still 5 to 7 tomorrow at Central Rec. Corey, anything you want to say in addition about that?
Just that it will most likely be moved to the rec center. You can pretty much count on that. The park is going to be too saturated from the rec center. Move to the rec center.
We appreciate y'all putting that together.
Sign up list is right there to pass around.
It's one of these.
It's one of the pit
Party in the park. Here it is. Start us off, Gary. New rule is you can't pass it on to the next person until you put your name somewhere. I think we'll just put that on there, right, Gary? All right. Cart buckets are on the table today. Birthday day that we'll celebrate with Dan in a little bit. So cart buckets are there. Let's make sure we're contributing to that. Cushwa Cup next week. New location here. So a lot of visitors, a lot of Rotarians coming to it from throughout the area. Let's join, make them feel welcome. You need an RSVP for that, Kim?
What?
We need an RSVP for Cushwa next week.
No, I counted what we normally have here. No, we don't have to. Yes, you take the jokers out of that.
Take the jokers out of Cushwa? Okay. Billy, anything you want to add about Cushwa next week?
Well, yeah, I do hope that, by the way, you get cultured when you come to Rotary. And somebody joined Rotary, I thought that's almost my body.
That's all.
I was actually seeing it wrong. Anyway, makes more sense now. We will have probably 40 to 50 guests with us next week, which I say that because you not to think it's an excuse not to come. We need to outnumber our guests, and it's good. It's always a good meeting. The Central Carolina Conference we were represented with coaches and administrators and a couple players, and give away the male and female athlete of the year, and coach of the year, and then we give away, of course, the Charlie England Award and T-shirt. How many of you Charlie England? Amazing man. And of course, George Fishwa. How many of you know Fishwa? A lot of you, if you didn't know him, you knew of him. We give away that. So it's a good meeting. And it's on day. And by the way, the Pirates played that at 110. The rubber match in Milwaukee, we need to win Vegas.
We don't know. Steve's pitching?
Steve's will pitch again Friday. At 2 o'clock. If you're not doing it Friday after 2 o'clock.
Okay. Brandon, you got an event coming up you want to share with us?
Yes, I just wanted to say our Dinner of Champions is going to be here next Thursday, the 23rd. Thank you to all those who have already sponsored or supported in some way. Today is probably the last day in terms of individual ticket count, so we can get a number to the caterer. Obviously, still take any sponsorships past that, but for anyone who is interested in attending that, please let me know afterwards, and I'll be sure to make sure you have a ticket. Thank you.
Board meeting today, 5:15 via Zoom. I'll send out the link shortly before that. Probably look for that around 5 o'clock. I know Kristie will mention it later, but Thursday, June 20th, so just about a month away, is Team Trivia Night at Bull City Ciderworks. If you haven't done that before, super fun. They've got a great MC coming to do it this time. If you've got a business and you want to put a team together, do sponsorships, Kristie can talk to you all about that, but that's a very cool event coming up for United Way. Other announcements, TJ.
You all have your own personal invitation to come back here next Tuesday evening at 6 o'clock at the Rotary Club, and we'll be set up a bit like we are right now. But we'll have 4 people from the state of North Carolina talking about North Carolina Main Street, but they're not really going to talk that much. They're going to ask us. We're going to sit at tables like this with your neighbors, your community, family, and you're going to talk about what you see as a vision, what you think is important for Thomasville. But we don't know what you think. I can guess some things, but I don't really know unless you tell me. And you have to be here to tell me. Or give me a list of things. But anyway, so I'll invite you Tuesday night next week. We will have pizza and snacks. Just in case you think you might be hungry. Because it will take at least an hour and 30 minutes, maybe 2 hours.
Yeah, and a lot of really awesome things going on downtown and all around the city for sure, if you're not aware. So, great way to stay in tune with those and ask questions, get questions answered.
June 20th is also the blood drive. And, we have only about 4 people signed up so far, so there's lots of spots available.
Okay. Give blood, go to trivia, all on the same day. So it's a big day. So you need to have cookies and sweets and that sort of thing for trivia. Okay. Other announcements? Bill?
I know Kristie wouldn't do this, but I'm proud to announce that her daughter has transferred to Appalachian State to play basketball. Have you ever seen her play? My gosh, this is wonderful. So I was very proud. I had to wait till Kristie was in the crowd. I didn't want to do it randomly. I thought maybe it would embarrass her because I knew she wouldn't do it, but that's fantastic. Of course, that helps me reinforce my absolute love for the university, but that was fantastic news. That happened about a month ago, so it's kind of take a little bit of time to get Kristie in the room and be in the same time. So anyway, Don, people in the crowd, that's exciting news.
Thank you so much. And your daughter is so special to my Emily and how she looks up to her and comes to her games in high school, and so hopefully she'll make some of those games happen.
Yes, absolutely.
Other announcements? One of the things going forward that's been brought to our attention at the board, and I'll make sure that I do it in Mary Jane's absence, and like I mentioned, going into next year as we come into the July meetings and beyond. But after the board meets, anything that we vote on that's approved or what have you, we will bring that back and get it out to the club so that everybody's aware of where funds are going, what we sponsor, what decisions were made. And we'll make sure that we get that back out to the club, either via email or announcements the next week. So keep your eyes open for that and hold me accountable, because if I don't do that, call me out on it. All right, Candace, you got split the pot today.
A whopping $75.
But it's a card day, right? Card, split the pot.
A brand new day, suckers are out.
Yeah. It's $37.50.
All right. I played, so I can.
The question is, did one person buy all $75?
That was ridiculous. All right, so the last three numbers are 917.
What is it? Oh,
917.
good luck.
I mean, your odds of pulling the card are pretty low right now.
I say go for it.
All right.
Not bad. Still relevant. Not it. Let's start. You gotta start somewhere. Even the one that was like 10 grand started somewhere. Okay.
Next year, this time.
Stan, up to you, bud.
I don't know if I heard that deal a while ago correctly, but if I'm correct, I heard Kim say, you attend the training, you don't have a prayer. That's not a very good deal to me. It's May, and you know, I started thinking about what I was going to say for the day, and I thought, dang, didn't we just do May? And just a couple of months ago. And I went back and counted, and it's been 12 months. So it flies by. It's a great month, though. The weather's perfect most of the time. A little rain's good. The flowers are blooming. Birds are born. You have May Day, Mother's Day, Memorial Day, and Cinco de Mayo. A little alliteration there for you if you're English majors. And of course, last Sunday we celebrated our mothers. And we were reminded that everybody at some point has a mother. Anybody vouch for that? And I'm amazed by how much we learn from our mothers. Somebody had listed the other day all the things that they remembered learning from their mother. In addition to teaching you how to brush your teeth, our moms introduced us to religion. Like, you better pray that will come out of that carpet.
They help us understand logic, because I said so, that's why. They help us develop stamina. You can just sit there until you eat every one of those green beans. They provide us with an appreciation for giving. Boy, you're gonna get it when we get home. And justice. Just wait till your father gets home. Mothers are also our first exposure to irony. Keep crying, and I'll give you something to cry back. Most importantly, though, for the purpose of the day, mothers give birth. And it's really sort of a random thing, isn't it, when you think about that birth thing. Like Candace Neary's mom elected to have her on May 3rd. And Sam Barefoot's mother preferred the 6th. And Don Kleiner and Steve Taylor's mother agreed on the 17th as D-Day. Where are you, Don? 17th was D-Day. May 20th just happened to be for Phil Griffin to show up. May 25th brought us Vicki Holder. And Laura Schweitzer's mom gifted us with a beautiful bundle on the 27th. Laura couldn't be here today, but she's got an excused absence. She's got a wire conference to attend. So I told her we would sing extra loud happy birthday so she could hear us. So today we really celebrate both motherhood and birthdayhood. And we're especially happy to honor our May Rotarians and sing to them. Tony, you did such a good job. If Nancy would strike up, lead us again.
I'm saying happy birthday, folks.
Thanks, Dan, as always. I almost noticed that, like, most of the birthdays, actually everybody that has birthdays at that table, so. Whoever has June birthdays needs to all sit at the table to make it easier on Bob. Alright, or on Sam. Sorry, you all have known me long enough, I can't multitask, so. Alright, coming up now, I'm gonna call Kristie Hege up here as I pull up her presentation. And Kristie's got a guest with her, talk to us about United Way of Davidson County, and obviously Kristie's a great member of the club. I'm honored, several of us are honored to serve on the board of directors for United Way of Davidson County. Fantastic organization, very, very involved in the community, but I'm gonna let Kristie and April tell you all about it and correct it. Kristie?
When I look around the room, I see folks that have really rallied behind the United Way in many ways. We've got partner agencies in the room, we have donors in the room, we have board members in the room. I see folks that have volunteered for the United Way in the room. And really that's what United Way is about. We are very similar to the Rotary Club in that we bring our community together to address the human service needs in our community. So thank you for playing a part in our United Way. We're so excited. Next year we celebrate our 70th anniversary, which is crazy to think. And I feel like I've been here almost all of those 70 years. I actually will celebrate my 22nd anniversary in July. So time flies, but I have been so blessed to lead such a wonderful organization and to partner with you all to make our community better. That's really our goal. So excited to be here today, and we're going to go through some slides, and hopefully we'll be your sunshine on this rainy day. This may be a little hard to see, but something that we're very passionate about is really looking into the statistics and the needs in our community. I'm not going to read all these to you, but in the top right-hand corner there, you'll notice under education that all three of our school systems reported a rise in crime and violence this past school year. So how many parents and grandparents do we have in the room? A lot. It's extremely concerning. concerning. I know April and I both have children in the Davidson County school systems in high school right now. And we're very passionate about making sure that we're being proactive, that we're helping these students, that we're matching them with mentors. We have a mental health crisis on our hands right now, especially for our young folks. And we have about 115 of those young folks in our community right now who are sitting on a waiting list. That is disturbing. And that hurts our mama hearts. And we are working really hard to move those children off of waiting lists so that we can get them the help that they need, so that they can go on and do whatever it is they want to do in life, whether that's a 4-year degree, whether that's a trade, so that they can come back and be productive citizens in our community. The other thing that I'll point out, yesterday I ran into my friend Rick in Raleigh. We were meeting with our legislators about the 211 program that United Way of North Carolina funds. Anybody familiar with 211? Few of you. 211 is an information and referral service that is powered by the United Way of North Carolina network. So United Ways in local areas and communities, we actually fund into that program so that when people here in Davidson County have a need, they can call the number 211. 211 will connect them with a trained call specialist who can direct them to the resources available not only in our community but throughout the state of North Carolina. There are over 13,000 nonprofits in that database that those specialists have access to. What is really remarkable about 211 is that it's available 365 days a year, 24 hours a day. It is free, it's confidential, and it's multilingual. One thing we really like about it as well is that we can look in on the back end on 211 counts to see exactly what these folks are calling for. So there were over 132,000 calls made to 211 last year. Out of those 132,000, we had over 2,300 calls right here in Davidson County. And no surprise, the top needs were housing and shelter, utilities, food assistance, and then health care. So I don't think that would be surprising to anyone. But we are really happy with that data, so then we're able to determine what the needs are in our community and where the funding should go. With your support, this year we are investing $866,046 into the 25 nonprofits that you see here on your screen. I think that is the thing that I love the most about the United Way model. And while we were created in 1887 back in Denver, Colorado, those folks, I think they were wise beyond their years and recognized there's power and strength when we come together. Businessmen and women and leaders were inundated with the number of solicitations they and their employees received. So they came up with the idea of pooling the resources to help fund all of the needs. Because how many issues do we have in our community? 1, 2, I mean, there's hundreds, right? And so that's what we're really passionate about, is being that fundraiser. We don't provide direct services. We leave that to the experts. So Brandon, we appreciate what you all do. And our goal is to raise more money so that these nonprofits don't have to do as many special events. They don't have to seek more state funding, so that they can focus on the services that they provide. So we're really excited that over $73,000 will be sent out each month this year to these wonderful nonprofits so they can continue the great work that they do. Something else that we're very passionate about, I think, after you've been in it a while, you start thinking like, I know United Way, I know what we do because I see it every day. We're directing and referring people to these services. But if I'm an outsider and I don't know anything about the United Way of Davidson County, what could help me learn? And so we decided, we came up with this last year, it was called our 22 year-end review. And our partner agencies provide us mid and end of year reports to show exactly how they're spending our donors' dollars, right? So rather than just saying at the end of our campaign, we raised $1.2 million or whatever that amount is, we decided to take that end of year data and compile it into the visual that you see here so that folks can see exactly how their dollars were used to impact people here in Davidson County. So again, not going to read all this to you for the sake of time, but we do have flyers on this so you can see the numbers closer. But all total, 47,275 individuals in Davidson County were impacted through United Way funded programs last year. What makes that really remarkable, that means that 37.7% of the entire population was impacted and touched by the United Way of Davidson County. So I think that shows our impact, and it shows the support that we need in order to meet those needs. So something that we're really passionate about this campaign, I've already been out meeting with some of our CEOs, so the mayor and Michael and Eddie had a meeting with me to show them this pie chart that you see on the bottom of the screen. So last year's requests from local nonprofits were a little over 1.1 million. I told you we were able to fund the 866-046. So we have a gap in funding of about $265,000, which is the red that you see there on your screen. We want to close that gap. We want to be in a position this year when we head into fund distribution that we can fully fund the request of these partner agencies. And we need the community's help in doing that. And I think I'm going to turn it over, and I forgot to introduce my partner in crime. Come on up. I know that y'all know her. If you've been around, you have met Miss April, and she is my ride or die, my partner in crime. And I think after the transition that I went through during COVID and how stressed I was and depressed I was, because it was a hard time, that God said, hey, let me help you out. I've got somebody for you. Because I sent out an email and said, hey, we're hiring. Through our Constant Contact e-newsletter, and April was a lone executive volunteer for us in 2017, and she got that email, and so I definitely think it was God, and she is definitely using her magical skill set to help the United Way, and we're blessed to have her. So.
Thank you. It's been 3 wild years since answering that email, and I was born and raised in Davidson County, and live in Davidson County, go to church. My daughter is in Davidson County schools, and I love being able to now work in a capacity where I help our community thrive. I am the campaign director. It's a jack of all trades, master of none, but I'm in charge of fundraising and advocacy in our community. I just wanted to share a few things with you that we're doing in our campaign. These are our 2024 campaign sponsors. We have various levels of sponsorships, and we're so excited about this year's sponsors, and thank you for your support. Our folks at Edward Jones in Davidson County are one of our campaign champions this year. Our buddy Don with Allied Foam is one of our sponsors this year, and I apologize if I missed anyone, but our campaign sponsors are raised to help fund our campaign. It obviously costs money to run a campaign, pledge forms and everything, and these sponsorships go to cover those overhead costs so that the donations in the community are going towards our partner agencies. Every year we do have a surplus, and we're happy that a lot of those funds that aren't used do go back into the campaign bucket every year. Our Day of Caring. How many of you have participated in our Day of Caring before? Yes, quite a few are signed up. We've reached out to our local partners and requested service projects. This is, landscaping, light construction, collection projects. And then we reach out to our businesses and community organizations, and they sign up for the Day of Caring in May. We used to do this as the Week of Caring in September, and we found that it kind of got lost in the shuffle with our campaign, so we pulled it into the springtime. I know the Boys and Girls Club has gotten lots of projects done, and we just love those pictures. So if you or your organization are interested in giving back this month, we do have some projects that are still unassigned. Please reach out to us, and we'd be happy to match you up and help spread the love in our community. And another way to get involved with us is becoming a fund distribution volunteer. How many of you been involved with that process? Quite a few of you, and it is a wonderful, eye-opening process where you get to be a part of the funding decisions in our community. All of the funds are community raised, and they're also community allocated. Thank goodness Kristie and I don't have that responsibility, because everyone would get a puppy if it was up to me. But we recruit about anywhere between 75 to 100 volunteers in our community, and we're seeking volunteers now. And you will join a panel, and you will review 2 to 3 of the organizations applying for funding. You'll look over the applications, the scoring rubrics, and then there is a day that you'll join your other panelists and go and do site visits, and you really get to see what the heart of these organizations. Also, something to keep in mind, when these organizations apply for United Way funding, we don't fund their organization, but we fund the specific program under either the health, education, or financial stability bucket that they're applying for. So this is a wonderful opportunity. You'll see some names of folks that volunteered last year. The asterisks are for our agency advocates. They kind of help lead your panel and act as that liaison between the organization and our staff. So if you're interested in that, we've got applications, and there's also an online link from our website. And then our save the dates. We have lots of events throughout our campaign. We just had our campaign celebration back at the end of April. It seems like 6 months ago. Just last month, we're doing our Day of Caring. Tomorrow and Friday is our new core clay shoot tournament and golf tournament. Again, David mentioned we have a team trivia in June. Our campaign kicks off in August. Nick's Hamburgers in Welcome. It's as a treat if you've never eaten there. They're doing a give back night for us in August. Owens and Minor hosts a golf tournament for us in September. Our benefactors is in that September, and then also we're having our second annual oyster roast down at the Goose and the Monkey the second Saturday in November. So it's always a good time. Donnie, you were there last year. It was great. It was a great time. Then also our 5K at Thanksgiving is another way that you could participate in some community events, and then also have a way to get back to our campaign.
Yes, and you can tell we hate to sleep. There's a lot going on. Well, thank you so much. I think that was fantastic, and we just covered just a little bit. We do have a few questions and a few little giveaways. But please reach out. Please know that our door is always open. If you have someone that needs help, or you don't know where they need to call, you can always call United Way. Don't forget about 211. That's a wonderful resource for local churches, because I know they get a lot of folks that walk in and they're not really sure who to direct them to. They can always call 211. But we sincerely appreciate your support. We could not do it without you, and we're looking forward to a great campaign. So with that, if anybody has any questions, we'll answer those, and then we do have a few little giveaways. Any questions? Good. Awesome. Okay, so first question. How many partner agencies do we fund? Uh-oh.
28.
And
60.
60. Woo!
22.
I'm gonna need some more funding.
42. 19.
No,
33.
closer.
28.
That's what Bill said.
Oh, sorry. You said it was closer.
35. Minus
28.
28.
28.
25. 34.
25. Good job. All right, we caught y'all sleeping. Okay. What is the percentage of folks that were impacted by United Way dollars last year?
73.
37.7. Blue or gold? Thank you. Blue or gold? You don't care. I thought maybe we had an app fan. 37.7. You said it too?
That's all right.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry for him.
Our last question was, what are the 3 focus areas that we funded?
What do you say? Our focus areas. We have 3 focus areas, so.
Health and financial needs.
Stability.
Yes. Yay!
Answer the last right.
Awesome.
Thank y'all so much.
I'll say 2 quick things about them because Bill was right. Kristie won't brag on himself and what they do, but 2 things. Well, really a story first, I guess. When I school system, United Way was not very involved. They come around and get your little form, and I just never filled it out. I don't know anything about this. And the way I got started with it was they came and said, well, you're in this level of leadership, and your expectation is this amount. So it left a taste in my mouth. And then when I met with Kristie and the leadership before, it was an incredible experience because she explained it to me like this, which I think says a lot, which is if I was going to give money from my paycheck or from our company, and I had to decide, does it go to this family that has a special needs son that needs to go to a program, or am I going to do this program over here for Brandon's organization? How do I decide? And the reasoning is you don't. Which one is more important was kind of the way that Kristie, and she had a better explanation than I did, so she needs to explain it next time. But it was, we don't have to decide as individuals. That's what United Way does. So giving to them allows all those organizations and all of those programs to be funded appropriately. And then I'll also say that the work that her and April and Kirsten do in the office is absolutely incredible. So to raise close to $1 million in a campaign from 2.5 people is pretty impressive. So there is a ton of work that goes on with them. So if you're interested in doing any of the volunteer items, especially on the advocacy part and agency allocations, that's a lot of fun to go out and see what organizations and programs are out there. So I've always enjoyed that. But anything else for the good of the Lord? All right, if you'll stand and join me in the four-way test. So as we go out and finish out our day, the people that we come across, all of the programs that we have an ability to impact, the people that need our help, the people that we can make a difference with our talents, let us ask ourselves when we talk to them, first, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned?